You don't know video games. I have a good authority. Do you know how I know that you don't know video games? Because your teacher told me. That's right. Your teacher told me that you were looking at other people's homework and you were stealing their homework and it was basically a copy. That's how I know that you... Do you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Sabbath?
Absolutely not.
Well, you will later on when we talk about games that stole each other's homework. Did I get that right,
yes.
Brayden?
I was surprised at how much you nailed the... I was really expecting you just to go off the rails immediately.
What?
But you really actually committed to the bit.
What?
Goddamn.
What? When do I ever go off the rails?
Only
Ever.
Always?
No.
Forever?
Absolute lie. Lies and hearsay is purely conjecture. I just spat all over my Pokemon games.
There it is. Off the rails.
So you don't know video games, where we discuss the past, present, and future of video games because we just love video games.
We do. We do love it. I'll take it from here,
Thank
Ben.
you. Appreciate it.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Video games.
Oh, I do like video games.
What do you like about video games?
I like that I know some stuff about video games. I do believe we're going to be doing a quiz about video games later in the show.
Cool. Do they know video games?
Exactly.
And I really hope all this talk of video games and do they know video games and you not knowing video games is good for the SEO because that's the reason we changed our name from Hack the Dino, which means absolutely nothing, to You Don't Know Video Games. While we have you here talking and listening about You Don't Know Video Games, be sure to go over and subscribe to You Don't Know Video Games on YouTube and, of course, all podcast apps around the world or just in the palm of your hand or maybe in the palm of your two hands if you have very, very tiny hands and you can't hold a phone properly.
Or you have one of them really big fold-out phones that are now a thing, too.
No one has them. They're
Have
ridiculous.
you seen the trifold? You seen the one that folds and it's got 3 screens instead of 2?
Yeah, I think someone at my job has one. It's wild.
Insane.
What's the point in that?
It's a phone, but it's a really big screen.
It becomes an entire tablet. It's crazy.
But like, you can't play Pokemon Go on that.
I mean, you probably
You
could.
can, because you can have one screen, you can have the dual screen, or you can have the 3 screen.
But if you have the 3 screen, you got to do the splinny thing, and like
No, you can have it as individual though. Like it folds, so you can either like have here, you can just have the one, or you can have just a single screen. It's wild.
How many times can you fold it?
So you got the main screen at the front there,
Yeah.
and then you can fold it out. It becomes a 2, then it
Right.
becomes a 3.
So 3-fold or 9-fold?
No, so you got the single, or you get the 3-fold. So technically, you only got 2 modes: either ultra wide or normal.
Like your mum. Oh!
God damn it.
God damn it, Ben.
Brayden, what do you know about Game Boy games?
I know that Michael Towns is a wonderful lad and a wonderful Patreon supporter of ours. Does a great
is.
job.
Yes.
You could have spotted him at the old Comic and Toy Fair.
Yes, indeed.
As he was hawking his wares.
I believe he makes a special cameo in the Super Retro Squad video
Oh,
coming out in a couple of weeks. So-
Cool. Oh, that's still not out, Ben.
No, I've got a backlog. I've got videos till halfway through December queued up.
Damn. Okay, I respect that. Game Boy games. You can play hit games like Concord Game Boy Edition.
I really want to play that.
Wait, did he?
Yeah,
That's really
D-Maker Concord.
That's so good.
It's.
We're going to play it real now. Live
I
now.
think I'm just gonna play it right now. This is great.
Wow, using the PlayStation Studios logo on Michael Towns. That's
ballsy.
That's something.
Should I hide this?
Nah.
Should I? Oh no! Townsy's gonna DMCA strike us like Power. Oh no! Oh bless.
You can also play other games that Michael Towns has made, such as Bonesy,
Yeah.
such as the Avcon game, which I make my debut. So does Brayden.
Yeah.
A Scary Maze game, and you can also play Floppy and F2 the Aflopolypse. Have you played the Aflopolypse yet? Zach?
No, I
You have
haven't.
not seen your scene yet.
I need to. I really do.
You really do. And
So, look,
for your first stream back, do me a favor.
I will. Okay.
Play it your first stream back.
All right.
Just up until the part where you appear. It's
Okay.
like 10 minutes tops.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I ask.
Do it while you're just chatting with people.
Yeah.
That's a good get
Yeah,
through that
warm
while
up.
You're,
You're
doing that.
getting into it. I guarantee people will go ape over it.
Okay.
That's fun.
Just because you do appear in that game.
All right.
It's a very good time.
Goddamn.
No one tells Zach how he appears in this game.
Can't wait.
But if you would like to support Michael Towns or you would like to support us, head on over to hackthedino.com because that name isn't dead yet. We're still Hack the Dino. It's just this is You Don't Know Video Games. Don't forget that. Hackthedino.com, sign up to our Patreon or visit Michael Towns by visiting the link in the page that is over at hackthedino.com. Have I confused you all yet? Good. What's a producer? Producer level Patreon shoutouts go to, of course, Game Boy Games and Michael Towns and our friend Dylan the Villain. Dylan the Villain, both of which you will be able to hear from a little bit later on when we play Do They Know Video Games. See, I changed the name just for you, Zach.
Oh,
I know how much
it does
you
make
loved
it really ties everything in a bow, doesn't it?
I know. It's like I used to be a writer when I was good. But you can head on over to hackthedino.com and follow us on Spotify or on any podcast service. I can't speak tonight.
Or
I'm like R2D2 with less whistles. And if R2D2 was a ginger. Now, I've thrown myself now. TikTok, Instagram, all the things. You don't know video games. Please leave us a review on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts just by putting a 5-star review there and a couple of words saying how awesome the show is. Really helps a lot, especially with new shows, with new feeds. This is all new, even though the show's been going for like almost 8 years now. Please do that. Please.
Genuine feedback is also appreciated.
No, it's not, actually.
It is for me.
I've got some feedback for you.
Oh, yeah?
Don't Google redhead R2D2. Because I straight up thought, hey, come on, someone must have done a funny, like, R2D2 with, like, red hair wig. No, it's just scantily clad women.
Yep.
Wow.
It's
really?
Just porn.
Yep.
It's just porn.
You look up redhead R2D2.
Yeah, I mean, it's not porn, but, like...
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know.
I forgot that onesie come out.
Yeah.
Oh, God, too many gingers. Too many gingers. Speaking of gingers, this one played Floppy's game for Game Club.
What a segue.
Thank you. What am I going to do when I'm not a ginger anymore? I've got the white coming in here.
Out of all the segues, Ben, that is definitely one of them.
You say that every show. So, Zach, do you know what the Game Club is? Are you aware of the Game Club?
I am aware of the Game Club.
Do you think you could give a go at explaining it to the fine people listening and watching?
I can give a crack. So Game Club is like book club, but for video games.
Yeah.
It's where a bunch of lads throw some games into a hat, and you pick out one, and you'll play it, and you'll give a bit of a how's your father, and give it a and give a bit of a review on it.
Yeah.
Share some of your childhood memories, some of your favorite games. And I think this one was Speed Racer, wasn't it?
It was Speed Racer, the movie, the game.
The movie, the game.
Yep.
I unapologetically really like this movie.
Don't need to apologize. It's a fantastic film.
I really enjoyed it.
Holds up.
up.
Wachowski's crushed it.
Yeah, I had always heard that it did really, really poorly and was a flop, but people love it. And then Floppy lent me the Blu-ray one day, and I sat there just going, man, this is freaking awesome. Because I loved the cartoon. I loved the anime when I was a kid.
It's a good movie. Like, it was a good, like... It's not like it's Ghost in the Shell or anything. It was actually a good movie, a good live action adaptation. It was cool. Like the whole car kung fu thing was awesome.
It was Carfu.
Carfu, I'm sorry.
And you can do Carfu in this game, but Brayden and I both played it.
Yep.
Brayden, do you want to kick us off with your thoughts?
So this is very much a racing game with a fun skin put on top, which is, about all I was expecting.
Yep.
And I was kind of hoping there'd be, a little bit more to it. They give you some of the little, like, fun extras of... I'll actually skip to some gameplay rather than just this opening cutscene.
No, the opening cutscene is probably the most exciting part.
Oh, oof. But yeah, the character art leaves a lot to be desired. I found it to be...
Why does it look like it's on PS1?
Because it's on PS2.
Because this is on PS2. And the Wii. It was released on PS2 and the Wii. So, let's not go too hard on it.
But so is Final Fantasy X, my guy.
When you look at this and you look at Final Fantasy X next to each other. It's tough to go back to something like this when now we've got, like, the Hot Wheels games recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Hot Wheels games recently have just completely eaten this game's lunch.
I mean, even like we got Mario Kart 9 Deluxe.
Oh, well, 9? Insider information, Ben.
We're up to 9, isn't it?
No, 8.
No,
8, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, look, look, no surprise. Brayden and I agree with this one. For me, this was so boring. I'm sorry, Floppy, but it's a boring game. You do like Carfu. Whoop-de-doo. I press a button and he flips. All right. There was just nothing special. Like, you even saw it with the main
fun bit.
title sequence. Like, all the characters are just like pictures standing there. There's nothing exciting about this game.
It's pretty like again.
Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. You got Matthew Fox narrating the opening. So for all you Lost fans,
well,
Like the plot of that show.
yep, gone. What I must say with this is, this was extremely in the era of the film tie-in game. Like, that was the PS2's jam. Was, hey, a film's coming out, quick, make a video game of it so we can sell it while the film's out.
I feel really bad because Floppy really loves this game. But as I mentioned previously, Floppy and I have like astronomically diverse opinions and likes when it comes to video games.
Yeah.
I like good games.
I'll give Floppy this. I think this game would have held up a little bit better if it wasn't for many games doing this better now.
But it's hard to play these games now.
Yeah.
Because we have all the games that have come further along since this was released. Whereas if Floppy played this when it was released and still has that initial, I guess, nostalgia for the game when it was released, then you're going to hold on to that.
And when you're working with an IP as well, like, you hold a lot of nostalgia for that as well. And Floppy fucking loves Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Floppy's all over that white and red car.
Mate,
He's
if it was
drooling
a
on it.
Dino Riders game, I'd be harping on about it more than anyone.
Ben, would you like a Dino Riders racing game?
I will take anything Dino Riders.
Just anything at this point.
Just like give me an animated GIF and I'll sit there staring at it for hours.
What about Dino Crisis Riders?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take a Dino Crisis.
Dino Riders Crisis.
Yes.
And
Crisis! Dino Riders.
Dino Riders Crisis Core. And it's a really deep tie-in that gets
Just
into
I'm watching
some-
that footage.
No.
It's a no from me, fellas.
It's Dino Riders Christmas. And you ride Robot Jesus.
I wasn't listening to anything you guys were saying. I was.
Hey, you know what, Zach? I respect that 100%. What
Funny
do you think
thing
of
is-
this game? Just having a look at it.
You have that a lot in common with the viewers. But,
But yeah, I was just watching the footage of Speed Race. I'm like, it's a no from me, fam.
no?
The final production of this game, like, in terms of just I would honestly say lack of care into any of the UI elements or anything like that.
Like, again, chuck some weapons, chuck some like more.
It needed
arcade-y
weapons.
Yeah.
It needed more arcadiness.
I say the
to
same
it.
thing about the Hot Wheels games. Like, it needs weapons. It needs to be Mario Karted a bit. Like, that's why Crash Team Racing was so good, because it did something but with a fun twist. It did what Mario Kart was doing well, but as good with a fun PlayStation twist.
I think Brayden nailed it before when we were talking about it and just said it's just a racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, honestly, what kind of, like, the Carfu's the one thing that sticks with it. And
But even
that's,
that was, I mean, the
It's-
Carfu's just like...
But the thing is with it, inherently, like, if you go watch the Wachowski Speed Racer film, which we highly recommend you do.
Absolutely.
Great time. Part of the entire plot of this is you can't use fun tools because that's cheating. That's your cheating. That you're trying to sabotage other cars with anything other than just straight up hitting them. That's bad. That's the worst thing you can do. So for this game to
You couldn't
you
add
can't,
weapons.
because it doesn't fit the world.
They could have added more to the Carfu though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If the Carfu was like actually like it had a little bit more to it than just
Honestly, you know what it needed? It needed bullet time.
oh
It needed, like, if you got a car coming up behind you, you need to hit the bumpers.
Yep.
And you need to go into bullet time and you need to switch to a different angle.
Yeah.
Have you flipping over and then ramming
What
it
if
or
it had
flipping
like
it off?
the faces they cut across with it, like the zoom into the faces?
Yeah, something a bit more exciting.
Yes, 100%.
You can see them trying to get that with these little corner box things that they're
But
doing.
yeah, it needed to be way more exciting with
but also
animations.
them just being a fucking JPEG,
yeah,
it doesn't really help.
But here's the thing, they put voice acting in it.
Yeah,
Like,
which is-
voice acting tracks take up a lot more time than freaking animations.
Yeah. You could just have barks
they
like
could have quick time events, like all
Yeah.
these different things happening.
combos. Can you imagine if it
Yes.
had like a fighting combo?
100%. Yeah, make it more of a fighting game while racing.
It needed more Christina Ricci, right? I think that's what we're all getting at.
Ricci? Ricci?
Ricci,
Christina Ricci.
Ricky, Richie, whatever. she good.
Yeah,
But I think for now, it's time for Speed Racer to go Speed Racer go.
He's not gaining on you, so you better not look alive. He's not powering up his powerful Mach 5. And when the odds are against him and there's dangerous work, you bet your life Speed Racer
Is gonna twerk.
Okay, let's choose another game. So, as part of our Patreon producer tier, Mr. Sabbath, we have added both Dylan the Villain and Michael Towns' picks to join the game club.
Very good.
So, because Floppy, Anto, and I, and Brayden have all had 3 games, it's time to see what game we're playing next week, and it's going to be either a Michael Towns or Dylan the Villain game. So, Brandon, please bring up a D4. So, 1 and 3 is Michael Towns, 2 and 4 is Dylan the Villain. Let's roll. Number 1, Michael Towns.
Townsy, what treats does Townsy have in store for us?
Townsy has 4 games for us.
Okay, so we're rolling another D4.
Another D4. I will tell you when we get the number. Number 3.
What is this?
Michael Towns has picked I Want to Be the Guy, the Movie, the Game, Gaydan.
What is Townsy? What are you doing? Why do you keep finding?
We can see what you're searching there, Braden.
Let's have a look.
Okay, so I don't know what this game is, but this is a game Michael Towns specifically asked me to switch out.
Okay.
So they specifically wanted this in.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is.
Well, we can have a quick look at a speed run of it.
All right, let's have a look at this speed run.
I think the speed run is going to really put it into perspective of how Townsy this game is.
What is this?
Yep. So the game started now. That was speed
All
run.
right, so it's like a Captain Cosmic 486.
It's got big flash game
Platformer?
energy. Yep. Looks like a.
Oh, so it's a speedrun game.
I guess.
So it's like
speedrun it?
you're running on across. So 2D platformer, but you've got the double jump like Celeste.
Okay, you got a gun as well.
And
You're
I'm
firing a
assuming-
gun.
Yeah, it's just a speedrun.
Okay.
A
my
speedrun
God.
game.
Oh, this looks
Oh,
difficult.
this-
Townsy, this looks difficult.
This looks fun though.
Okay.
I was like those Super Mario murder speedruns, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's a rage game.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate this. What?
What?
Why is Mike Tyson from Punch Out
Okay.
there? Is he a boss? Are you fighting Mike Tyson from Punch Out?
Yes.
Wait, can he actually? Oh my God, you are
He
actually
just won.
You got
That
to.
is phenomenal. What?
Okay.
This is a flash game. Who made this?
Okay, Townsy. Okay.
Well, we're gonna have fun playing
I'm
this.
not going to spoil any more of that because I'm sure there's real treats after that.
So I Want to Be the Guy, the movie, the game, Gaydan. It was our next game for Game Club.
Fantastic.
Look forward to hearing people's thoughts on that. I bet.
Next year, I want in on this.
All right, done. I bet Anto's going to love that game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I bet she's going to crush it too.
Yep.
And get in the top 5 for the world record.
So I was having a little think the other day, as I do with my little brain. And I was thinking, there's been a lot of games that come out. What happened to those games that blatantly ripped off other games, like we saw in the late 90s and early 2000s? So I put together a little list, and these are, I think, 5 of the most rippingest rip-off games that ever ripped one. You heard me.
That's a expression.
All right, so first one, Zach, I think you would be familiar with. A little game called Simpsons Road Rage.
Oh, man, this takes me back.
So I'll just read my little diatribe here, and then we'll get your thoughts on Simpsons Road Rage. So basically, Simpsons Road Rage was Crazy Taxi with a new hat.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Sega sued Fox Entertainment, who owned the Simpsons IP, and the game's publisher, Electronic Arts, along with the developer of the Simpsons Road Rage, Radical Games. This is because Sega had the patent concept for Crazy Taxi, and the Simpsons Road Rage was infringing on that patent. Sega requested that all copies of the game be removed from shelves and they be compensated for the loss of sales. It was eventually settled out of court. Now, Simpsons Road Rage is a fun game, and I would say is actually more fun than Crazy Taxi. Sue me.
It's the same game, but with the Simpsons, so it's going to be slightly better.
Well, especially at that time as well, because this is early 2000s, yeah?
Yep.
So The Simpsons was still kind of okay.
Yes.
Whereas, is that Lisa or Maggie driving the car?
It's Lisa.
Oh, be funnier if Maggie was.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's
Your thoughts on Crazy Simpsons?
Which one's this one again?
This one?
Yeah, is this
Road Rage?
Road Rage. Yeah. See, I did enjoy this. I did prefer Hit and Run though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, extremely.
Yeah. Hit and Run was way better, but
Hit
this
and
was
Run
fun.
is the GTA clone, right?
Yes.
I wonder why I didn't put that in here. Because Hit and Run goes for big money now.
Yeah. Well, it's Simpsons GTA, and it was a time.
Yeah, no, big money. Brayden, you ever play Road Rage?
So I remember my cousins had Hit and Run, and I played Hit and Run, and I came home and said to my parents, we need to get Hit and Run. So we got Hit and Run, and that was excellent. And then I rented Road Rage from Blockbuster, and I played a night of Road Rage, and then still had the game rented for a while, and just went back to playing Hit and Run.
Yep.
Because it was just like, I had no connection to Crazy Taxi or anything. I didn't quite like the game loop. I just found the game loop to just be
repetitive.
Yeah.
Repetitive fetch
I
twists.
played this for maybe like 15 minutes before I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah, Hit and Run, epic.
Let's talk about Hit and Run for a bit, because that's not on my list, and it should be.
It should be, because it's GTA with the Simpsons clone.
So what was so good about it? Hit and Run. What? Sell it to me. Besides
it actually
being
had a story to it.
What
It
was
did.
the story?
I cannot remember.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you
Regale
a
me.
story. So, Simpsons Hit and Run is the story. It kicks off with Homer. Wait, let me just find. There is a live stream where Nerdcubed plays the entire game. So I'm going to bring that up because I like Nerdcubed. So Homer discovers... oh, God, I'm right by Dan. This is crazy. He discovers a plot where these aliens are spying... or he thinks the government is spying on Springfield. And then it turns out it's actually aliens. And the game just goes nuts from there. There's a whole conspiracy theory. Buzz Cola's this stuff that makes your brain melt and you're all susceptible to stuff. And it's like it's a full conspiracy that you're uncovering. And you get to play in each hub level, because it's like, open zone. It's not a full open world. You've got your open zone parts. And if I jump forward...
I just want to point out, that whole time you were talking, Brayden,
Yeah.
Nerdcube was just in the corner. It looked like he was just looking at you, describing it, and agreeing with you. It was great.
I'll have to go back and have a look because that's hilarious. But yeah, it is straight up. It is the game loop of a Grand Theft Auto game where you go talk to someone you get a mission from them. A sequence happens where you complete the mission. There's car chases, there's avoiding things, there's breaking things, there's collecting things. And over the course of, I guess, almost 9 hours, you get to play as Homer, and you also unlock a bunch of cars, and you get costumes and stuff as well, obviously. So you also then get Bart and Lisa and Marge and Apu. I believe you play as Apu for a level. Trying to remember.
Michael Towns in the live chat said the hot coffee mod was rad. Heard of the hot coffee mod there, Zach? You know what the hot coffee mod is? Zach doesn't know the hot coffee mod. I don't care to explain the hot coffee mod.
Bless. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I believe they found some code for a mini game. That was because in the game itself you could go and date someone.
Yep.
You could get a girlfriend.
Picture Floppy Saturday nights.
Oh, no. That I do know about. Yes.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Yeah, and just nothing like some 16-bit
That's it.
sex scenes in a video game.
That's it.
As I said, picture
bless.
Floppy Saturday nights.
God bless.
All 16 bits.
Yep.
But yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run absolutely kicks ass.
100%. Great game.
Gets super difficult at the end though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. like some of these like chase scenes that you do and stuff, like you get time limits, and if you at all like hit any other car on the road or bump into any of the environment, like you're restarting that mission. Like it is difficult towards the end.
Did you finish it as a kid?
As a kid, absolutely not. I got far in the game and then just like would hit a brick wall. But like going back to it now, definitely playing it on my PS2.
Mm-hmm. That PS2 that you have.
That PS2 that I do actually have a PS2. Definitely. But yeah, I have actually finally gone and finished it in the past couple of years. But still holds up. Good fun.
Good fun. Worth a mint. Worth about $80. 80 Australian
Good Lord.
buckery boos. Next one, which you may not know was a clone, but Angry Birds. Angry Birds was a ripoff.
What?
Yeah. It lifted the physics and the mechanics from a mobile game called Crush the Castle. Whereas Angry Birds used a slingshot, Crush the Castle had a medieval trebuchet. And I cannot believe I finally got to say the word trebuchet on this podcast.
Wow, this doesn't look anywhere near as fun, does it?
No, but it is. It's legit Angry Birds.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
This really is Angry Birds, hey?
Funnily enough, you know you cannot get Star Wars Angry Birds on the iOS shop anymore.
Oh. I assume it's a licensing deal with it.
Yeah, but if you purchased it, like I did, you can just download it whenever.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that weird?
That's
It
weird.
is a bit.
How often do you go back to Star Wars Angry Birds, Ben?
How often does anyone play Angry Birds?
I mean, it's fun enough. It's
Man,
like,
remember when Angry Birds was like massive and really blew up?
they had 2 movies.
And the movies are good.
Like-
That's what really confused me. They don't suck.
Well, even the second one.
Okay, I digress. The first one is good. The first one is good. I'm like, okay, let's watch this. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, I'm going to enjoy this whole thing, I guess.
Is Angry Birds just like it's just one of those things that's just become like a gross like media property now, where like they're just this is what I'm looking at right now. The
Yep.
Angry Birds YouTube channel. Is it just like slop for children now?
Yes,
Yeah, well,
it is very much just get that dollar where you can.
Yeah.
Well, not in a lot. Well, I haven't. Nothing's come from it in like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, true. Yeah, these are 6 years ago.
Apparently, Crush the Castle had a sequel as well. It just never reached the height of Angry Birds.
Oof.
And there was no legal malarkey going on. Even though we saw the footage there, it was clearly ripped off. Anyway.
Yeah, but there's probably like some small indie dev team barely scraping by. They don't have money from lawyers.
Speaking of small indie dev teams and lawyers, the next game certainly faced that. Have you heard of the Great Jana Sisters?
The what?
Great Jana Sisters.
No.
Okay, so this one comes from the UK, where the Master System was far more popular than the NES. However, the popularity of Mario meant there was still a deep desire for people in the UK to play the game Super Mario Brothers. So Time Warp Productions decided they would develop a game and be published by Rainbow Arts. I should read things before I read them live. Time Warp Productions developed a game called Jana Sisters, and Rainbow Arts published it. And this is the game here.
No.
What are you seeing there, Zach?
That is not even subtle.
It is a Super Mario Brothers clone in every sense of the word.
But it has like none of the charm or magic.
No, it's very bland. Brayden, what do you think about this level?
This is miserable. This is like
This looks like Mario if they've literally just shot up heroin.
this is crackhead Mario.
It is. This is someone struggling, like physically, emotionally. They've got crippling addiction, and they're just trying to get by. This is a failed rock star. That's what this is.
I think this is the epitome of the phrase, no, we have this at home.
Yeah,
And
this
it's
is
so not.
This is what I imagine Jake the Snake Roberts' life was like when in peak addiction.
Wow.
This is just fucking miserable. Wow.
You reckon that's miserable? check out the cover art.
Oh boy.
Brayden?
Okay. Yep. I do have this read. Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
My God. God damn. The Brothers of History is quite a statement.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I will say, though, the one
Wow.
on the right, that's Zarya.
Congrats. Good work, Zarya. Good work.
Oh,
We're proud of you.
bless the cotton socks.
Oh my God.
Wow. Actually trying to take shots at Mario. That is
Yep.
horrendous.
Man, the Brothers of History.
Yeah. So Nintendo did step in, funnily enough,
Oh, that
no,
doesn't sound
really?
like Nintendo.
and they requested that the great Yana sisters be removed from sale due to the very obvious copyright infringement. Of course, the publisher very quickly responded, and the game's production was ceased, while it soon disappeared from shop shelves. Recent Amiga copies of this game have sold for over $885.
Okay, come on, everyone. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing.
I mean, me personally, I see this as history.
It is.
And we all know back then, like, video game history wasn't preserved.
No.
So if I was going to spend that type of money on such an abortion of a game, it would be purely to preserve it.
Oh, that, it's a hell of a conversation piece.
Extremely. And honestly, I feel like that is fair because what is happening? It is extremely one of those things where I think if you did have this back in the day, I feel like probably at least 80% of the copies of this game just got thrown in the trash.
Well, yeah, they would have had to have because Nintendo came with their big old legal hammer.
Oh, well, those as well, but I meant like copies people owned.
By the way, who is it that is trying to sue Power World now? Is it Nintendo or is it the Pokemon Company?
Both of them.
Because
Nintendo owns like a third of the Pokemon company.
well, it is like what they've done. Does anyone actually know? Speaking of Nintendo suing people, just doing Nintendo things. Does anyone actually know the story about what they've actually done to try and sue Power World?
Isn't it the capturing
Yeah, so
them in a sphere?
Yeah, so the art of throwing a sphere at something, they patented a game mechanic, which is a dangerous precedent for video games in general. But the fact that they patented it after Power Words come out,
Yep.
it is the most scummy fucking thing they could possibly
straight
do.
up. I didn't know that detail.
Yeah,
Did
that's
they
what
straight
they-
up do it after.
They did it
Yeah.
after, yeah.
That's
Months
some
and months, like
bullshit.
almost a year after Power has been released, and proved that a good Pokemon game can exist.
It's like I said at the start when people are going, Nintendo are going to come from, Nintendo are going to come from. No, this game went on Xbox. They've got big, expensive lawyers who would have looked over it. And in the US, they've got something called parody laws. Yeah. And they're allowed to have it as long as it's 10% different from the original product.
Yeah, but now they've literally made something up to try and come after them for it.
And
is insane.
Look, it won't succeed.
No,
I'm telling you now.
100%. Power World, like, obviously, what sucks is that this is going to slow the content for Power World and it's going to slow the official release because it's still technically an early access.
Which is probably what they were after in the long run. They're not actually after to cease and desist.
But this Power World in early access is still better than anything Pokemon Company has produced in the last 10 years.
Excuse me, you heard the leaks. Like Typhlosion banged a girl.
Like,
Sorry, what's that Pokemon's name?
No, they didn't say reproduced, Ben.
yeah,
That Pokemon's name is spelled Fuack.
Yeah, it's fuck.
it's fuck.
Cool.
Fuck.
All right.
I love Power World. Highly recommend. It's such a good game.
I actually want to play it. Anto's got it on PlayStation. I reckon I might buy it.
It is mint.
Yeah.
Just a very quick little sidebar as well on the whole patenting of game mechanics. That always just ruins it for
Everyone?
Everyone, yeah. It's a
Because
real scummy thing to do.
You talk about a game mechanic that people freaking loved, which was from Shadows of Mordor. The whole like the different levels of like people like fighting these like goblins and then them like
Awesome.
coming back at you and like
Yeah.
remembering and like the hierarchy. People were frothing over it, and then they go ahead and patent it, so it can't be used in any other game. Have we seen it since?
Nope. Yep.
Like, it's so stupid.
It's almost like these game devs need to back off. I know what my point was there. I started a sentence and didn't think it through.
I respect that, Ben. How about you take a nice softball and I'm gonna underarm throw this one to you. Hey Ben,
Yo.
what's the next game? Wow, I threw you the softball. I thought you would be ready. Come on, man.
I don't follow your rules, Brayden. I'm a rule breaker.
Yeah, the Nemesis system. That's what they
Nemesis
patented.
system.
it.
That's what I was
Nemesis
trying to remember.
system.
Next game is from the Super Nintendo. It is Super Noah's Ark 3D. Do you know what this is, Zach? Super Noah's Ark? Have a look at this. There has been a long-standing story attached to this game that id Software were very unhappy with the censorship that applied to the Super Nintendo version of Wolfenstein 3D. So much so that id Software, quotation marks, leaked the source code for Wolfenstein to the developers of Super Noah's Ark 3D
Oh, fuck off.
so that they could make this game.
What a piece of shit.
Well, it's been proven as false.
Okay.
Because John Romero himself said, no, we just thought it'd be really funny to use the Wolfenstein 3D SNES engine in a religious game. So he did it for a laugh.
Fair.
While it was never officially licensed by Nintendo, it was still an official game with 100% backing from id Software. So, for those of you who don't know, Wolfenstein 3D is the very first-person shooter where you play as Blazkowicz walking around Castle Wolfenstein shooting Nazis in the head, which I think we can agree is a good time.
Yeah, we like that.
We always shoot a Nazi in the head. Super Noah's Ark was basically a reskin of that game, but instead of shooting Nazis, you quieten down all the rowdy animals on Noah's Ark by shooting like food at them, and they eat it and they go to sleep.
This is fantastically shit.
Again, this game, I don't have recent sales numbers. In fact, I should probably look it up while you're talking about how much you love it, Brayden.
Wait, Ben, are you actually telling me that they physically printed cartridges of this?
I am 100% telling you that.
That is the best part of this for me, because I was you can understand from my generation, I look at this right now and I go, oh, that's a funny mod. Oh, that's a funny.
This is not a mod, my
That's
friend.
a funny reskin that just got put up on like Itch or bloody like Newgrounds back in the day. Like, but you're telling me that this is an actual physical cartridge?
Yes, in a box.
Insane.
That
In a
is
box.
wild.
There's actually none up on eBay.
Wow.
If you do a search for it, you'll find the box art.
Okay, I'm gonna find it.
Oh no! I found a puzzle. That's not what I'm after.
That is not the same thing.
Puzzle went for $17. If anyone's interested, $17.
Fantastic.
You can have a Noah's Ark puzzle. So there you go. It's one of those games that I've always wanted because Wolfenstein 3D. Again, I was such a young kid playing this game for the very first time. I actually prefer Wolfenstein, and this is just for nostalgia. I prefer Wolfenstein 3D to Doom. There you go, Brendan. Found it. Super 3D Noah's Ark.
$286
For a cart. That's not unreasonable. Not unreasonable at all.
What, you gonna jump on that, Ben?
Oh, God, no.
Don't use the Lord's name in vain.
He'll come put you to sleep
That's all right.
with your slingshot.
With his food gun or whatever it was.
Okay, what's the next one? Hit
All
me
right,
with it.
last one. Now, of all the games you can think of, what do you think is the most unlikely to be copied? But then when I say the name, you go, oh, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Anyone? Any thoughts? I'll give you a hint.
Pac-Man.
Oh, you're very close.
Oh.
Very close.
Asteroids.
Asteroids? No. Pong!
Pong!
What?
Pong! Magnavox's Odyssey had a game called Table Tennis.
Oh, piss off.
So, okay, this is Pong.
Yep.
Just for context.
Yep.
Okay, this is Pong.
That's
We know Pong.
Yep, we know Pong.
All right, I'm now going to bring up footage of Magnavox Odyssey's table tennis game.
Okay.
Let's find that.
All right. Looking forward to it. Here it is on the screen. Why fill in the silent time with my voice?
Oh, wow.
What?
It looks the same.
Well, you're not showing us. There you go.
Come on.
There's no story like. There you go. No, it's not the same. They're like instead of long things, they're blocked.
They're squares.
So anyway, Magnavox got sued and was shown evidence of Nolan Bushnell's signature in an Odyssey trade show. Johan, what have I written here? Let me just fucking read this bullshit.
Just looking at this, I hate the physics of this.
Yeah, this is awful.
This looks terrible.
Okay, so Magnavox Odyssey made this first. Pong's the ripoff.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's insane.
I had to reread my thing there. So this is the original game here. Magnavox's Odyssey table tennis game, and Pong ripped it off.
No way.
Is it because Pong looked at this and went, wow, this looks like it controls like shit. Let's
Yep.
make it better.
So, Magnavox sued Atari.
Whew.
And they won
Oh.
because they were able to show that Nolan Bushnell, who was the Atari dude back then, was at an Odyssey trade show because he signed the guest book. And that's how they won.
God. They were straight up like, no, we know you saw this.
So
And
they got
copied it.
paid, but
So-
Pong still probably made way more money.
Oh, yeah. Well, it turned out Atari paid a one-time $700,000 licensing fee. This is back in the 70s.
So that's like,
Oh.
what, $10 million today?
I don't know, Braden. How much
All
is
right,
700,000 back in 1978?
inflation. I've googled inflation. Oh God, no,
It's
no,
here.
Inflation calculator, and no, it's actually money now. It's fine. Let's have a look here. So we are looking at. We want $700,000.
Yep.
700. God, that's so much. Average, and we want to go back
Mm-hmm.
in. When is this? 1970.
Let's say 78.
78. Calculate. Oh wait, no. I've done it in reverse.
Oh,
Give me a
good.
second. I swapped the years
So they
around.
paid $30.
So those of you who are here for the first time on You Don't Know Video Games, we often look up prices and inflation because that's what we're about here on You Don't Know Video Games, where we bring you the past, present, and future of video game inflation. Zach,
Oh.
what's happening in today's notes?
No, I'm going by Brayden's face. I think we got a number.
Oh my God, we have a number. That's a $3.3 million payout.
Jesus Christ.
Now look up how much money Pong made in its lifetime.
Okay.
How much money did Pong on the Atari make?
I'm very curious, honestly.
Pong Atari sales.
Let's have a look at the official count
Pong Atari
Here it
sales.
is.
Wikipedia.
on You Don't Know Video Games. The
I'm
official
glad-
count.
I'm glad I had lots of.
Can you tell we're
time.
stretching for time?
I'm glad I had lots of time to prep this.
While Brayden's looking that up, I watched the second Beetlejuice movie
Oh, yeah.
with
Hey.
my wife. And
My wife.
my wife,
Jesus.
high five, she's she's alive. But considering that movie had 30 years of hype leading up to it, it could not have knocked it out of the park any more than
Oh,
it
that's
did.
good to hear. I haven't seen it yet.
It is an Michael Keaton coming back as Beetlejuice is phenomenal.
Michael Keaton is just like he's the epitome of a fine wine, isn't he?
He is. He only gets better with age.
Yeah.
Like, I love the original Beetlejuice. It is one of my childhood favorites. But yeah, I watched it with my wife. She only watched it, Beetlejuice 1, originally like 2 months ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What did she think of it with like very modern eyes?
My wife hates movies, right? She has the attention span of a gnat.
So
Well, so-
an average TikTok user.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just doesn't like movies. She'll 100% prefer to read books, right?
Okay.
But
I
she
respect
sat there
that.
and giggled her absolute ass off at OG Beetlejuice.
Hell yeah.
She loved it. My daughter loves it. My daughter laughs every time the maintenance drive off the bridge. She will sit there and giggle her little ass off.
That's such a great moment to laugh at.
It is.
That's wild.
Oh, people are dying. Knee slap. Little demon. Anyway, Michaela loved the original. So we sat down and watched the new one, and like my wife is one of those people, she will call a twist from a mile away. This one caught us so off guard. We were popping in our chairs like we're at a live show. It was a great experience. I cannot recommend the new one enough. It is perfect. 30 years of hype, perfectly executed.
I also stand by it. It really nails the vibes of the original.
It did.
a
Like,
good job.
the models even had the OG special, like, physical effects.
Yeah, it's good.
Perfect. It is so good. Anyway,
Yeah, I have to go. I have to see it. Beetlejuice was one of my favorite films.
It's
growing
so
up as a kid.
good.
Look at the movies that came out when we were kids.
yep.
And the PG rating back then,
Yeah.
whoa, like you would not get away with that crap
No,
nowadays.
I mean, one of my favorite movies as a kid is RoboCop. In fact, my sister recently yelled at me for making us watch it as kids so much.
Yep.
And I had no idea until like maybe a couple of years ago, it was rated R.
He shoots that guy in the dick.
Yeah, he shoots it. And my mom, look, back in the 90s, no one cared.
No.
I watched RoboCop so much. And Toxic Avenger.
Yep.
And OG Batman. Like,
How many times did you hire, or your mum let you hire a movie from the VHS store? I might be showing my age here. You hire a movie from the VHS store and it's like, oops, accidental booby.
yeah.
All the time.
All the time. No one cared.
No. Oh, well, no. They did, but they didn't realize there was booby in it. But pretty much every B-grade film.
Yeah. Terminator 2, fantastic. But yeah.
Do you know what horror movie, and this sticks in my head, I've never laughed so hard in my life. It was with King Kaiju, because I used to spend all my teenage years with King Kaiju every day after school, which is weird because we went to different schools. But anyway, every weekend we'd go and hire a bunch of horror films. And there was one that we just laughed so much. It was called Chopping Mall.
Chopping
Mall. And it's basically this rip-off Dalek that goes around killing a bunch of young, sexy teens as they spend the night in the mall.
Fantastic.
It was great. I think it got struck by lightning or something and it made it go crazy. And there was one specific scene where a girl gets her head blown off and it clearly switches to like a watermelon like just before it blows up. It's great.
Oh.
What do you got for us, Brayden? How much money did Pong make?
I'm deep in the video game sales wiki, which goes year by year and lists arcade and home and overall performance of the industry.
So less or more than $3 million.
It's tough to say. It's really. Oh, Home Pong. Here we go. This is 1975 Home Pong unit sales 200,000.
Does that say $40 million?
For inflation, for inflation, that's $230 million.
Yeah, yeah. So a little bit more than 3.
Wow, they almost made $250 million.
Yep.
In today's money.
I can't remember if I was talking about this on last episode. Brayden, was I talking about Sword Quest on last episode?
You were.
Sword Quest.
Yeah.
Oh, the epised before.
Yeah, Sword Quest for the Atari.
And the weird shit they were doing.
And
And all of them were on coke.
Yeah, and they own, Warner owned also the Franklin Mint because they bought that with
right.
the money they earned from Atari.
Yep.
So they had just that much money. Man, you should really go and listen to The Legend of Sword Quest. Great podcast, great history podcast on that time because I'm obsessed with Sword Quest. Oh, man.
And cocaine.
Yeah, well, that too. On swords. Off swords.
Off swords.
Yeah.
Shink.
Let's quest!
Like, I hate to be the one to say it, and like I'm the most modern person here. But if I watched a movie and someone did a line off of a sword, that's inherently really cool.
100%.
Like, can you imagine the most the most stereotypical over the top 80s action movie villain comes out of their bathroom and they're in leather pants, they're shirtless, they're ripped to shit, they've got slick back hair, there's a tiger in their living room for some reason. They take a sword off the wall and do a line. That film writes
100%
itself.
played by Mickey Rourke in the 90s. 100%.
Oh God, yes.
It's a Van Damme flick. 100% that's a Van Damme flick.
Yep. Oh man. And you know he dies by that sword, right? That's Chekhov's.
yeah,
that's
100%.
Chekhov's cocaine sword.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee Nick Cage is doing that right now. He's just finished another B-grade movie, and he's doing a line-up blow of one of his katanas with his T-Rex skull on his dining room table.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, so they're the biggest rip-offs ever. Pong was a rip-off. There you go.
That is wild. That caught me off guard.
Okay, Zach, do you know video games?
I do.
Brayden, do you know video games?
Oh, no, a few.
Let's put it to the test with Do They Know Video Games? I got my book.
Oh, this is my era.
For those of you who aren't aware, we play a game where I have 4 multiple choice questions about video games. 2 from our beloved Patreon producer level Patreon producers. And 1 from me and 1 from my Magic video game book because I got sick of looking up 2 questions every week.
Goddamn.
So, scores. So basically, I read a question, full multiple choice. You yell out your name. I give you the chance to answer. You get it right, you get a point. You don't, you don't.
I get 2 points, remember?
Correct. I was just about to say, Zach Sabbath, because you're not on every show, you get 2 points for every correct answer until you appear more regularly. So the standings at the moment, Jazz is on 1, Angie's on 3, I'm on 6, Zach, you're on 8, Anto's on 17, Brayden's on 19, Floppy's on 20. Oof. So Brayden, it's your chance to absolutely blow past the incumbent.
Watch me whiff this round.
Get your sword out.
I don't think that'll help.
All right. So first one, as we do each week, I've got my book. Brayden, I'm going to flip through. You say stop.
All right. Stop.
Okay. Zach, choose a number between 67 and 74.
69.
Well done. Nice.
We're adults.
Okay, here we go. What is the name of Meta Knight's spinning attack in Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii?
Of course, that's a fucking Nintendo question.
Is it A, Mark Tornado, B, Meta Spin, C, Meta Blade, or D, Muck Speed Spin? I have to look up the answer.
While you're there, can you read out the answers again for us, please?
Hang on. I'm reading. Okay. A, Mark Tornado. B, Meta Spin. C, Meta Blade. Or D, Mark Speed Spin.
Zach.
Yes, Zach.
A.
Mark Tornado.
Yeah.
Correct!
Oh, I pulled that out of thin air.
Damn, well done. That was not what I was going to guess either, so good work.
Oh, I pulled that out of my ass. Fantastic.
I was just focused on Meta Spin and Meta Blade. It sounds... I want to steal that name. All right. Here we go. Now, next one comes from Dylan the Villain. Okay, Dylan asks, Just Cause 2 is set in the fictional Southeast Asian country of Panay, led by President Baby Panay. The flag of this country is green and white and red, and it's a similar design to which dictatorship country? A, North Korea. B, Cuba. C, Tajikistan. Or D, Myanmar.
Zach.
Yes, Zach?
Cuba.
Holy crap! Zach Sabbath is 2 for 2.
Damn, you got in real quick on that one.
Because I absolutely love Just Cause.
Yep.
Games are fantastic. I love how they get more ridiculous the further they go on. It's like
very true.
Saints Row.
Yep.
They start off as, speaking of GTA clones, Saints Row,
Yeah.
complete rip-offs, but then they just like, oh, we should do something different and
Let's
just
just
go off
get
the
weirder.
fucking rails.
They start getting wild.
Yeah, those devs just giant piles of cocaine and just smash their heads into it.
I mean,
And then
basically.
shoot ideas.
Goddamn.
With a sword.
But yeah. Damn.
Just Cause, phenomenal games. Great. Awesome.
All right, you're on 12 now, Zach. You're catching up. I'm going to have to curb your points back. Next time.
I
Next
hope
time.
I want to take out Floppy so bad.
Yeah, he's going
The
to...
tilt, he'll tilt so hard the axis of the earth would change.
I don't think he's won one yet, has he?
You come for the king, you get the crown.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay,
it's Brayden I'm going to take out, is it?
Oh, no. No, you've got to take out the flop.
The flop.
here we go. Canonically, which of these can humans and Pokemon do together?
Oh, no.
Canonically.
No.
A, can they fight humans? B, use flash at any time? C, rule 34? Or D, get married?
Brayden,
Yes, Braden.
all of the above.
That wasn't an option.
Well, I mean,
Only one of those things they can do each time. One of those things.
I think oh, man.
Which one?
Okay, Brayden, I'm gonna say use flash.
Use flash at any time? No, they can only use flash in caves.
Oh,
true.
Whereas
Can I read
humans
the
can
answers
use it.
again?
Yes, so canonically, which of these can humans and Pokemons do together? Canonically. A, fight humans. B, use flash at any time. C, rule 34. Wink. Or D, get married. What is your answer, Mr. Sabbath? To lead the way with huge amounts of points. Anytime.
Canonically.
Canonically, in canon. Canonically, what can Pokemon
As
and
in
humans...
the actual games.
As in, it has been shown in the game that this happens. Humans and Pokemon.
Is it get married?
It's get married.
Oh my god, really? What game did they fucking get married? Are you kidding me?
I think it's in Ruby and Sapphire.
Really?
My
think
favorite game.
There
my
is a
God.
book where they read it and it talks about how you can marry a Machop or something.
Pokemon marriage
Oh.
in game. Okay. When did they
Scotty, hey, do it, Coda points. You shut up. I'm on a roll, baby.
The top thing that comes up when you search Pokemon marriage in game is when did they illegalize marrying Pokemon?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Not when did they legalize. When did they illegalize?
Yeah, when did they
marrying?
make it
Okay.
not fun?
Oh my god.
I want my Gardevoir.
Oh my god. Canonical human Pokemon marriages. Oh no, in Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, Diamond and Pearl, there you go.
In Diamond and Pearl, it was revealed that human and Pokemon used to marry. Wow.
Typhlosion.
I hate humans.
And that same person who posted that on Reddit follows it up with, I could see myself falling in love with an Incineroar or something.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm marrying
Okay.
Matty Pod. Jesus Christ. How's he?
All right. You ready to try and take all 4 questions?
Yep.
Zach?
We're going for it.
We're going with Michael Town's question. Brayden, you ready?
I think... Hey, look, I'm as ready as I can be at this point.
All right. Well, here we go. Early models of the iconic Game Boy Pocket were missing something that would be considered pretty detrimental shortly after its release. What was this missing thing? Was it A, the contrast dial on the side? B, the Game Boy Pocket branding under the screen? C, the power indication light next to the screen? Or D, buttons?
Surely
Button.
not,
There's
right?
no
Button who's
way,
got
right?
a
Surely
button?
not, right?
That's
Brayden.
Nintendo. Yes, Brayden?
I want to take the shot at the dart. Is it buttons?
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
Oh, I
thank
was gonna
God.
say,
That would have been ridiculous.
is it the power light? Fuck off.
Wow. 4 for 4. 4. Put them up. 4 out of 4.
All 4.
Damn.
Zach Sabbath. Well,
Damn.
at the end of that round
That's
of
phenomenal.
Do They Know Video Games, Zach sure as hell does.
Damn.
We have got Jazz on 1,
God damn.
Angie on 3, me on 6, Zach Sabbath on 16,
Whoa.
Yeah, baby.
Anto on 17, Brayden on 19, and Floppy on 20. We are down to the bare wire here as we hurdle ever so chaotically towards the end of the year, and the person who will be crowned the grand champion of multiple partners.
Sorry?
Questions.
There.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I never do well at these, so
Damn. Well done.
I'll take that.
Man, Anto's going to be so dirty.
Oh, I can't wait.
He's gonna be- Hey, no, but there were no shenanigans on that one. That was straight up like.
Oh, no,
Zach
I gave
just
Zach
aced
double
that.
points. He'll complain about that. Won't you,
Ah,
Anto?
what earlier?
Anto, if you're listening to this on the playback, send me a message right now just saying, fuck you.
Hey, I earned those points, damn it. I
That's
earned those
right.
points.
Speaking of earning things, Zach,
Oh,
you got something to plug?
I do. So, some of you who might know, which I've definitely raved on in previous episodes, I've been struggling with some internet service provider issues. It went through like the TIOs, this whole thing.
So what is the TROs or whatever?
TIO, Telecommunications Information Ombudsman,
Right.
or Infrastructure Ombudsman, I can't remember. But pretty much you go to them when you're really struggling to sort things out with your internet service provider or if they like phones, internet, whatever those bastard companies are, right? So I was paying for 1,000 down, 50 up with Superloop, and I was getting, I reckon the lowest I got was 0.2 upload, which is like lower than ADSL2. Anyway, I had to fight them to find out what was wrong, and then I'm like, just cut me loose. Eventually they did. I've swatched internet service providers, and now I'm actually, even though it's more expensive, like a little bit more expensive, I'm getting the speeds that I'm supposed to be getting, so I can finally start streaming again.
Yay!
So I'm back, baby. As of October 26th, which will be my first stream back, which is follow me on twitch.tv/Zach_Sabbath. So this will come out that Saturday, I believe. So watch me that night. Come hang out. It's going to be a good time. I've no idea what I'm going to do. I did plan to have whole new graphics, a whole new logo and everything. But hopefully my artist, who's also a professional wrestler, can sort that out for me real quick. She's my sister-in-law.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she does all my emotes and everything.
Is that
Kira?
who Mickey's wrestling with over in Japan recently?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, just Zach_Sabbath on everything. I post a bunch of wrestling stuff. I haven't been able to post actual Twitch content or, photos of I did post sometimes photos of my family, but I'll be uploading actual content again, which is exciting. God, look at that photo. That was awful.
I think just on the thumbnail of this one, I think this is footage that I shot.
It is.
Hey,
Brayden's a new cameraman at Riot City.
There's some footage of mine in here.
Do you know what's really good? Having a really talented camera person operating the camera. Gets really good shots of the people that they know.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, because the really good shot of you that I got as you guys were walking away. That was the shot.
Is that me talking to Mr. Basso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The consoling in the middle.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Where it was.
Yeah.
It was good. I was really
kids,
happy with it.
If you have an ego, make sure you go to wrestling, you get involved, and you somehow manage to get a very talented camera person on.
This is my footage.
This
is some of my footage here.
I think we're looking at getting all new cameras too, but yeah, your camera is mint, Brayden.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Where is it? There's
Exactly.
a great shot here. This shot, you can see me run because I see Ben over here moving, and these guys are about to leave, and I'm like, I need to get in front of them for this shot, and I immediately squeeze in, and then we get this shot.
Look at that.
Oh,
Back
that
fades away.
is mint.
Oh, I was so happy. Look at this. And just them getting blurrier in the background as we keep moving along.
That's so good.
I was very happy. It was good fun.
Scotty's in the chat. He's one of my best mates and one of my mods. He'll be there. He'll be hanging out.
Nice.
Zach Sabbath and the lads. That's right. But
You're also going to play the Floppy 2
yes,
game.
we are going to play a Floppy 2 game because I'm in a video game, which is awesome. But yeah, so I usually stream as my Zach Sabbath in full kit in my wrestling persona, but I'm going to be stepping away from that. Because my new setup, I can't have my blue screen, so I can't do any of my magic gimmicks. So we're just going to be plain old Zach.
That's going to be your name? Plain old Zach.
Plain old Zach.
Plain._Zach.
That's right. So we're just going to be me and the lads having a great time. What do you think of the core hand gesture, by the way, the gang sign?
See, I thought it was like an upside down love heart.
No, it's meant to look like a crown.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's quickly let's do this for fun. How do you guys do a love heart with your hand? Yep. Yeah, there it is. Yep. I wanted to see if anyone would do the weird one.
Korean one?
Yeah, the kids are all over this one. Hey,
They are.
God
Well,
damn.
I have to admit, when I do show any kind of emotion, it's more often this.
But yeah, Twitch_Sabbath, my friends. Follow me on stuff. It'll be a good time.
Brayden, where do you want people to follow you?
I would love for people to follow me into a small local business here in Adelaide, South Australia, and you can shop at Greenlight Comics. And I'll just quickly show people some cool things because there's a bunch of stuff that I put up over on our blog.
There's
here.
Dan's moustache.
There is Dan's moustache. It
That
is
is an
powerful.
epic moustache.
You can see it in the shop. It's good. Oh yeah, down here, little Dan. Absolute Batman at the moment, selling out. Absolutely
Dude,
crazy.
how it looks so good.
Thick lad Batman. He's thick.
With alive parents. Like, it's a real twist.
Yeah, there's
is
actually some
there
interesting stuff going on.
Any reason why they let Rob Liefeld draw Batman? Or?
No, Nick Dragotta, the artist on it, actually is like, he takes a lot of inspiration from like manga and anime. So the fight scenes are actually like,
That's
Pretty
Batfleck. I'm
fun.
sorry. He just drew Batfleck.
it is very Batfleck.
And
It's
Batfleck is number 2 Batman of all time, but
It's-
number 1 is Michael Keaton. Sorry.
If Batfleck like put on tons of weight, that is it. Great thing about the first issue of Absolute Batman, they do a fake out where they introduce a character who's like boxing in a gym, and he looks like it would be Bruce Wayne, like a young Bruce Wayne, and you're like, oh, this must be Bruce Wayne. And then someone comes over to him, and you're like, oh, okay. And then the next panel, they show actual Bruce Wayne next to this guy, and he's just huge. It's
Yoked.
It's very fun. But there's a bunch of stuff from New York Comic Con that just got announced. The whole bunch of Doom stuff. Ultimate Wolverine, which looks sick. Bunch of
they
cool
made
stuff there.
Ultimate Wolverine the Winter Soldier.
He's the Winter Soldier now.
No
Good
shit.
fun. Some movie tie-ins at IDW. Event Horizon, which is a bit of fun.
30 Days of Night? Are they still trying with that franchise?
Yeah, they're still trying.
Hold up. As in the absolutely horrific horror movie that scarred me as a child, Event Horizon?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they doing with it?
They're going to do a comic series of it.
Oh, nope. That movie,
And
forgive my French, fucked me up as a kid.
Some,
That was horrific.
new Deadpool and Wolverine coming out.
Great movie.
Bunch of stuff. Just
Why is Rogue back in the Savage Land? Because they
Rogue's back
wanted
in
her in the
Savage
bikini.
Land. Because people wanted that. However, like, look, okay, so obviously people are going to look at Rogue in this image. But look at Magneto to the side there. With his whole, he's
what
got
a
his whole
man.
rig out. Woo! Look at this man.
Eric got yoked.
God damn. But, yeah, some. there's some
Sorry,
good stuff coming
but can we just... Who's the artist there?
out. That's Care Andrews.
Right. So how many anatomy classes has Mr. Andrews taken?
Bless. What about Mickey and Friends become the Fantastic Four?
Nope.
Fair. There's new Star Wars stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff going
I
on.
love how,
It's a good
like,
time.
Comic-Con's become more about comic books again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where they have to mine all their ideas from. But unknown to them, there are no original ideas in comics anymore. It's like, hey, he's dead now. Now he's back. Now the villain's a good guy. Now he's the villain. Now he's back to being dead again. But look, now it's Return of the Classic. Now he's the villain.
Hey, the absolute Batman is definitely a different take on the Batman franchise.
It very much is.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Like, it's a very different story.
I having read the first issue, I did quite enjoy it. For people who don't know, he wears an axe head.
Yeah.
And that's his outfit.
bat
What
symbol-
is happening here? This is ridiculous, but
The bat symbol is an axe head on his chest.
it's bonkers.
And he's not, again, Bruce Wayne is not like some rich boy with dead parents. He's just a working Joe
Yep.
who wants to make a difference and is way more badass. And did we reiterate? He's got an axe head on his chest for his symbol.
It is
Fucking awesome.
One thing I won't spoil for people, because I think it's a really fun moment quite early in the first issue as well. The dynamic between characters that are most commonly villains, the dynamic between them and Bruce, I'm very interested to see how they explore that, because they're setting up some fun stuff. And Absolute Wonder Woman's from Hell. That's a good time.
Cool. I do a little thing called Super Retro Squad, where I go out and try and find some bargains, which I've been doing a lot lately. It's been really cool. But you can head on over to Super Retro Squad on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube, because that's where the videos are. We did a video that made 4K views the other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Damn.
So happy with that one. And we got some good ones coming out. Anto came out with us. You need to come out with us as well
I do.
at some point. We just get started super early.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
I
a
have a
problem.
toddler. Being super
Yeah.
early is not a thing.
I was about to say, hang on, no, I usually message you at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, yeah, man, I'm up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy filming it. I enjoy editing as well. I'm getting a little bit, because I have time in the mornings now before I go to work, I can spend a little bit more time editing. So I put little stupid things in there. Like I was short on runtime. My videos need to go for at least 8 minutes. So one time I was just short of it. So I went, you know what? Mortal Kombat trailer's going in it. So I just did some edits and put the Mortal Kombat trailer in because it was a fun time. But this was at the Gawler annual swap meet.
Nice.
That was awesome.
I must ask, Ben, now that you've been doing this for a little while, you've done quite a few videos, have you ever seen something in the video that you didn't see when you were there and regretted not seeing it?
That happened in April at the Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair.
Wow.
Yep, I was editing it and grinding line. I didn't see that. Shit. Yeah.
That's gold.
There you go. There's Ghost Game. Julian, friend of the show.
Games. Good work.
Speaking of a little tidbit information before we finish wrapping up, I collect Beyblades, as well as Beast Wars, OG Beast Wars only. My wife went op shopping and she found a Beyblade still in its original package.
Oh, nice.
It is from Metal Fusion, which is not my era of Beyblades. And it's a Steel Pegasus. And I'm like, and I was just I wanted to look up that the thing that I got when we went out hunting. The Garuda Phoenix from Crush Gear Turbo. I was just looking it up stuff, how much that sold for. Still $300. Very chuffed with that. And I decided to look up the Steel Pegasus, the mint condition, still in its packaging. $350. Guess how much you paid for it? $4.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
$4 from an op shop. She just brought it back. She goes, I found this Beyblade. I'm like, that's really cool. That's still in its packaging. That's sitting quietly on my shelf. $350 it sold for. No,
I'll tell you what, Brayden, next show or something, we need to do a best pickups we've ever had because a friend of mine is currently over in Tasmania and he sent me a picture of a comic he got for $5. First appearance of Gambit.
Oh, no way.
$5. Uncanny X-Men 266.
Oh.
And I said, are you going to sell that? And he goes, no, it's going to my collection.
Yeah, fair.
At my job, we've had a new woman start, and she's got a whole bunch of nerd stuff. And she said, oh, yeah, I got one with comic books. She said, yeah, I've got the first edition of Miss Marvel. No, Captain Marvel. The first edition of Captain Marvel.
Oh, the Kree Warrior?
Yeah, I don't, like, from 1970.
Yeah, that'd be the dude.
Yeah. The first edition.
Fun thing I've learned is that there's a phrase from Beyblade that we all love. Let it rip.
Let it rip.
I haven't look. It's on my pile of shame right now. I haven't watched The Bear, but apparently in The Bear they say let it rip, and I can't read this without hearing it like it's in Beyblade.
Yeah.
See, I can't read it without thinking like that dude is just going to rip open a big old fart face. just going to let it rip right out of his butt crack. Going to crop dust everywhere.
I got an Optimus Primal Beyblade recently. Wait, what? Actually, at the Comic and Toy Fair, I did get, and I was super, super chuffed. No one else was, but I was. I got a complete original Optimus Primal.
Yes, I remember.
With the money that Ben made for me by selling my DS and my DS games.
Damn.
Absolute Chad that he is. Thanks, Ben. But yeah, I got it's complete, as in with missiles, swords, everything is in this Optimus Primal. And oh my God, it actually exists. I need this in my life. And Michael Towns has one.
Oh dear.
That is phenomenal. Wait, is that a new one?
That's a new one.
That's a new series. Beyblade X is a new one.
You can purchase this right now.
That's so good. Yeah, Tomotori, I can never remember the name. Takatomi? Is that the name of the brand in the corner? That's the Japanese, Takara Tomy. They're the guys who created Beyblades in Japan. They're the original makers. And then Hasbro bought the licensing and they make it here, and their Beyblades suck. But Takara Tomy actually being sold in Australia now.
That's
cool. The actual Japanese brand, so they don't suck.
Nice.
Still got the Beast Wars Megatron for your Sabbath, the purple T-Rex. Wait, it's in the OG! Dude, that sold for $100 at the Toy Fair.
Woo!
So if you like us stretching for time because we ran short this episode and need to fill it in with useless rambling, be sure to tune in next time for You Don't Know Video Games.
We like toys.
Until then, just remember to subscribe and leave a review, but probably a good review. Not that these guys don't prepare their shows enough and end up filling the void with useless rambling. Just write that they're really grouse and we do this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was providing content, Ben.
I know. I was complimenting you on it. It's great. I didn't have to do a damn thing.
Oh, Toy Fair is such a good time, though.
Why am I still on, Brayden?
Bye, everyone.
Do you want to? Sorry, I'm just gonna keep talking for a sec. Do you want to know the actual reason why I haven't hit the outro button yet?
Why?
Because I was sitting here thinking, have I made an outro yet? I can't remember.
Yes, you have.
Did I?
You have.
Professionals.
Let's enjoy this outro that I apparently made.